What I find very annoying is how, when I think about the hard time people who look like me get for doing simple tasks. Those of you that know me, I work in real estate. I do this podcast, and the amount of times when I'm maybe with a client and and other agents will come around, and because as soon as they see that I'm black, they'll try to give me pop quizzes to see if I have the wit or the experience to be selling houses in the neighborhoods that they sell their houses in. White people give black people a very hard time, even if it's subconscious. I ain't talking about white people who announce themselves to be racist in any way. I'm talking about the white folks who work with you every day. They eat at your house. They, you know, some of them are your friends. But you find yourselves in situations where your intelligence is being somehow challenged, whether it's trying to buy a car and the salesman is making you think that your concern about the price is something that is because you maybe can't afford it, when in reality you're just as good of a negotiator as they are. Or name the thing, we're always given a second look. When I think about that experience that I've had throughout my professional life, where my expertise is being challenged, it pisses me the fuck off so much when I see somebody like a motherfucking Hegseth be the Secretary of Defense, literally has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Nobody was bold enough to question him or question his expertise. He had none. They did a whole campaign the other side against DEI because, God forbid, you just want to make things balanced in the workplace. Therefore, you extend opportunities for people who don't look like you to have a chance to sit next to you. So you have a diversity in ideas and thoughts, which all the research shows helps companies succeed. And even those companies knew that. Apple, Google, you name it, Target, Walmart. They knew that those diversity, equity, inclusion programs were beneficial to their bottom line. Because not only showed that they were a company for everybody, but it also showed that they understood where their source of revenue not only came from, but how to even grow it. Because the more you appeal to a diverse audience, the better it is for any business. Everybody was winning, it seemed. And we have our debates about how effective I was for black people, but that's a different conversation. But it was a much needed focus on an area that had been long neglected: diversity, equity, and inclusion. And these motherfuckers ran a whole campaign talking about how that was unfair, how it should all be merit based. It's not about color, it's not about fairness, it's about merit. You either are qualified or you ain't. You either got the merit and the experience or you don't. But they all affirmed the nomination of motherfucking Hegseth. Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth, who's an alcoholic, who ignorantly and carelessly threw an axe that hit an innocent bystander on a different side of the set. Pete Hegseth, who shared classified information through a signal chat, not even smart enough to read and analyze the situation to make sure that the audience he was talking to was an audience that it was safe to be talking to. Of a whole entire reporter sitting in, listening, observing the chat, blowing boats out of the water, claiming that there's drugs on board, violating international law, wartime law, human rights laws, you name it. he gets to hold this position with zero experience, and the president, the White House, and all these pasty white nationalist motherfuckers are trying their best to make sure he don't go down. In what world? Are you kidding me? So I don't want to hear nothing about fairness or merit from anybody on the other side, because you have all proven that it's not about fairness, it's not about merit, it's about whiteness. Always will be about whiteness. If you're white, y'all's mine. You're right. No matter how unqualified, ignorant, inexperienced they may be, as long as they're white, they all right. Fuck out of here, bro.